Collin, and this is my 2009 Honda Odyssey. I don't have a name for this car. Because I remember when I got it, I just wanted to get rid of it. I mean, it's a minivan, but it's a car. I learned how to drive in this car and in another car, but the first time I sat in the driver's seat was in this car. I just finished my G1 test and I was on my street and I was like, let's switch seats. So I went into the driver's seat and then I foot on the pedal way too hard. Fucking burned rubber right out of it. No, we pulled out of the gravel and I was like, oh shit. And then I was horrible at turning too. Like I go to take a right-hand turn, I just crank the wheel and it'd be like, and I'd have to correct it and then go straight and then back again. If I have no other choice but this car, I'd take this car over nothing any day. Also, it's got this big space in it. It can carry all this stuff. I've been able to have a mattress on the roof and put a desk and bed frame and everything that I basically have, like a beanbag chair, desk chair, all the stuff. If you don't have a truck, you have a minivan instead.
What's the most amount of people you fit?
You can fit 8 people.
Well, what's the most amount of people that you fit in here?
8 people. I'm not joking. I haven't put more than you'd normally put in a car in here. I don't even know enough people at a time to put more than 8 people in here. Sad face. What separates driving this car from my parents' cars would be this one's a little older, so it makes some funny sounds. Stuff breaks a little sooner. I'll be driving and then, all of a sudden you just hear a clunk and your front left wheel just goes like this and you're like, oh, there goes my suspension. I was driving it to work in the summer and I had them on, it's I don't know, early in the morning, and then I'm just driving it and it's clunking along because it makes lots of noises. And then it's just a big clunk. I was not too far from home, but I turned around and just drove back and oh my God, it was loud driving back. Some funny sounds my car makes when I go to either crank the wheel all the way to the left or all the way to the right, like when you're in your parking lot and you're getting out, you're reversing at your spot. So when I'm doing that, you'll just hear this loud ticking noise because it has to do with how the steering connects to the transmission. The drivetrain connects to the transmission and it's slowly getting pulled out and getting loose around where the drivetrain goes into the transmission on the front of the car. So, that'll eventually fall out, but as of now, the transmission is still in the car and everything's attached to it. When I go to accelerate, you can hear the pistons hitting like that. So it goes and it'll tap as you accelerate faster and faster until you hit a certain speed, then you can't hear it anymore. It's just when you go to accelerate, you can hear it, right? And then the engine is loud enough to overcome it. I'm pretty sure they're still making the noise, but you can't hear it, yeah. I don't know exactly what all these sounds mean or anything, but I know that I don't have to have this car too much longer. So as long as I can survive for now, it's good. All brakes are new, all suspension's new. So if you want to get the car, it's got all new brakes and suspension. Yes, you can fit a mattress back here. That's great for certain occasions. Also, driving theaters are great too when you have a minivan. I know everything is wrong with it, so makes it mine. You don't know why the driver's side door doesn't stay open and it just slams shut on you because the door was open and we were reversing and then it got caught on something and bent the door back more. So now it doesn't close properly or stay open properly. It just slams shut on you all the time. It's Honda, what do you expect? These things go forever. We were driving back from the US one time and something pretty funny happened. We're on one of the 400 series highways, coming back from Niagara. It's now 10:30 in the summer, so it's dark out. So we're going 120, the headlights shut off, and we're this is weird, right? And then all of the lights on the dash flicker, and there's a GPS screen too, and it goes off, and then the speedometer just goes to 0, and everything just turns off, and we're driving with no electricity in the car at all. And I'm what the fuck's going on? A few minutes later, the engine, since now the timing I think started to go off or something, because it just starts misfiring and the pistons are acting up. It just sounds awful. And so we're we should probably get off the highway now because we have no power. So we had, obviously the battery's dead and the alternator's probably dead, right? We pull over on the side of the road, turn the car off, and yet the car's not moving again. So that was a fun time. Never been driving without any speedometer or any lights or anything. She's so reliable until the part you might need her the most in some cases. You're at least expect it. Since I'm getting a new car in a month, I will miss this car because of, there is like the size of it is great. I miss that. I will not miss the size of it when I'm in traffic though. So it's a little big for traffic and city driving, obviously. And it's also a lot for one person to drive. So I am getting a slightly smaller car, but I do really like it for when I do have to have either a lot of people or stuff. It's just like, yeah, I can do that. I got space. The thing with this car, fun fact, when you have a mattress in the back, the windows are up higher, so no one just can see any of it. The new car, the back's up a little higher, so you people can see. So it's sad, but it's a great car to have as a first car. I don't need any other vehicle. I can carry a bunch of people, I can carry a bunch of stuff, and I can carry a bunch of people and stuff at the same time. So it's a win-win. Also, you can put a mattress in the back, so win times 3.